All right. I don't know how to start this video. It's not the video I was hoping to share this week. This week was a very emotionally challenging week, and I was hoping to share a video full of hope and optimism that we felt about a potential new treatment plan for Kyle on this journey of healing his brain cancer. Yet things have not gone as we had hoped or planned. So let's dive into it. Back in December, we were highly recommended an organization called Care Oncology, and we were feeling so hopeful. The whole idea of what they do is target the cancer cells on a metabolic level using off-label drugs. As I said, they came highly recommended to us from one of our providers, from people who have worked with them. So in December, we reached out to them, did an initial call to just see if it might be the right fit for us, and we felt really hopeful. So we decided to move forward with the program and paid the money that was required to work with them for 6 months. And then Kyle had to get all this blood work done, and then we were able to schedule the appointment with the doctor in early January. Everything was going so smoothly. We were feeling really hopeful, got the labs done, quickly were able to get scheduled, and they were very responsive to us. Within 24 hours, we always got a reply back from them, but then everything started to change. We had our appointment with the doctor in early January, which we felt weird about in the appointment. Something just felt off. We feel like the beginning half is going well. He's explaining how these drugs target the metabolic system and how there's this belief based on the research that that can actually kind of kill the cancer cells and also kill these stem cells, which are vital in the cancer journey. And yet towards the end, the call starts to be a little weird. He kind of ends it abruptly, and we're like, that was kind of an off call, but we chalked it up to like, maybe he's just having an off day and we're not going to hold that against him. We're going to proceed forward. Yet during that appointment, he did specify that one of the drugs that they use in their protocol might not be the right fit for Kyle because of this aplastic anemia that he has and is working on healing. And he said, if you can please send me Kyle's bone marrow biopsy that he got back in, I believe, November. I'll review that and then we can decide how we want to proceed forward with that drug. So to our surprise, the next day we received a protocol which included this drug that was of question on the list. We were like, that's odd. Submitted the report to the patient portal and then reached out to them. We're like, hey, just want to follow up because we received this protocol. We just want to have a better understanding of what's going on. And we also had a lot of questions that didn't get answered during our call, so we were submitting those. And then we get a call from the pharmacy to place an order for our medicine. And we were like, well, we'll give you a call back because we need to clarify some things. Thinking we'd hear back relatively quickly because at this point in time, we had gotten messages responded to within this 24-hour period. That was the precedent that had been set, that they were quick to reply. And then a week goes by. We hear nothing. I'm reaching out to them like, this is weird. They usually reply within 24 hours, and now it's been a week and I haven't gotten any replies. So I start emailing all the emails that are listed on their website, and I'm like, hey, I feel like we're being scammed. Can someone explain what's going on? So I finally get a response from one of those emails from a nurse, and she's like, okay, let's actually hold this jug. Based on Kyle's bone marrow, it doesn't look like it would be the right fit, at least not for right now, especially with his white blood cell counts being low at the moment. And it was odd to me because the message she was responding to was, I feel like we're being scammed. I want our questions answered. And that wasn't the only question I had. She had a perfect opportunity to reassure us that this was not a scam, and she didn't. So that was a little odd, but she did answer the most important question was, should we proceed forward with this drug or should we not? And I want to remind you that we had this company highly recommended to us. So my brain wasn't thinking we're being scammed because I know people that are working with this organization. Kyle's naturopath has patients working with this organization. So it just didn't seem like it was a scam at that point in time. Like all the things hadn't clicked. So we proceeded forward with ordering the drugs that were recommended. But again, not all my questions were answered. So there was this part of me that was like, something's still not right. And I want those answered before Kyle starts these medications. And my thinking was they responded, they're going to start responding like they were within 24 hours. Yet a week and a half goes by and still nothing. And so at this point, I'm messaging all the emails that I can again. I'm calling, automatically going to voicemail again, leaving voicemails. I left several, got no response. I'm like, okay, this is not right. Something is very much wrong. And then another piece that kind of perked my ears up is that the number that they gave me for the pharmacy is not the same number that matches on the pharmacy's website. So I'm like, is that a scam? I don't know. I don't have an answer on that. But it was just another thing that was like, something is not right here. I'm like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm reading too much into this. Maybe this isn't a scam. I really hope they're not scamming cancer patients, because that's truly horrific if they are. And I kept feeling like maybe I'm just reading into this wrong. But after talking to a couple people, I'm like, no, this is not right. So I contact our bank and I express to them that I believe these are fraudulent charges and explain the situation. And then they were going to work on getting our money refunded to us. At this point, it had been about 3 weeks. And so all this is happening. And then I decide to go on some Facebook groups that I'm a part of and learn that this seems to be kind of something that's happening. That we're not the only person that this has happened to, and that their main hub of Care Oncology, which is based in the UK, is running smooth, but their US sector has had new management and a lot of turnover, and it's just gone to crap. And the fact that they're still bringing in new patients with that happening really is angering to me. I feel so enraged with this whole situation. So that was our week, was realizing that this company took our money and then decided to not give us the service that we were told we were going to get. And it was deeply gutting and such a blow to realize that we decided to make this decision to invest in a potential treatment plan for Kyle, and then to realize we weren't actually going to get the care that we were told we were going to receive. It honestly is mind-boggling to me that a company and people think that this is okay to do. And even through all this, we've reached out to them, our bank reached out to them, still have gotten no replies. So at this point, even if we did get a response, there's no way we would work with them. But I hope that no one ever has to go through this feeling, because this week has been so emotionally taxing of just feeling like, well, maybe I'm just overthinking this, and the people pleaser in me is like, oh, well, you know, maybe something's just going on. Yet trying to see the silver lining that hopefully we can prevent this from happening to anyone else, and also that maybe this just isn't the right fit for Kyle. That maybe using off-label drugs to target the cancer cells is just not the right fit for him. It's been a very emotionally taxing week of just feeling like, I can't believe someone would do this. I also feel like the grief of feeling like so much hope that this was potentially the next thing that could help him on this journey, and then that being taken away and feeling like, okay, what's next? What else is available? Honestly, it's been a really crap week. I really was hoping to share this video of hope and optimism, and that's just not what's happening. And as I always do, I try to take the challenging moments and channel it into, all right, there's got to be something else. Let's research and find what that other thing is. And so at this point in time, really trying to take this situation as an invitation to look at diving even deeper into the more alternative approaches. And so for us, that looks like really wanting to seek out a Chinese medicine doctor, looking to seek out an Ayurvedic doctor, which both seem really promising at this moment of finding really good fits. So we're feeling hopeful about that. But man, it just doesn't take away the blow that you feel. And the other pieces to this week is that I had my own health issues, got something stuck in my foot, had to get it removed, and then as I'm at urgent care and they're cutting into my foot, Kyle has a seizure and almost falls onto my foot where they're cutting it, and the doctor had to get up and assist him back into the chair. Thankfully he's okay, but man, it was just like, we don't need any more things happening this week. And then the last big thing is that we had decided several months ago to seek out a holistic dentist to explore the possibility that Kyle might have mercury fillings in his mouth, which, to no surprise to us, but also a surprise, he has 4 mercury fillings in his mouth, 2 on each side, and we're feeling like that might be one of the missing pieces to this puzzle. Is he's literally having toxins released into his body all day, every day from these. So he'll get those removed. The soonest they could was March. And then we're hoping that doing that provides a lot of relief and healing, because mercury is so toxic. It is literally a toxic substance that we're putting into our body, which mind-boggling to me. This week has been anything but we expected. And I wish I could say work with Care Oncology, it's been an amazing experience, but that's not the case. It's been a real reminder for me to do your due diligence and really research. And yet, even though they came highly recommended to us and the reviews that I read were incredible, something went awry, and I couldn't have predicted this. We couldn't have expected this to happen, and I hope it doesn't happen to anyone else, because to be ghosted by a provider that you've spent a considerable amount of money on is less than ideal. Yet we're leaving this week feeling like, man, it was a blow, and we're still feeling the emotional weight of it all. But Kyle's labs look great. His blood counts look fantastic. He's not neutropenic. Everything is really great in terms of his blood, which was a wonderful way to end this week with that news. And he's alive, he's breathing, it's snowing, and the world is still turning, and we can continue to explore other things. Next week might just be that video of hope and optimism that I was hoping this week would be, and it just won't be with the protocol or the organization that we thought it was. So holding that hope, gonna let all the emotions continue to move through us and head into the next week feeling like we got this. Kyle knows he can heal, and this just wasn't part of that plan. I'll see you next week. I hope you have a lovely, joyous, non-scam filled week ahead. I love you.